Hello, everybody. My name is Tibby, and I am showing you the worst class ever in Black Ops 3, which is ACOG SMG with the highest recoil, but whatever. Um, I decided because I'm 30 and I have got enough experience with video games to do like a top Tibby's top games, top franchises, top things, so blah blah blah. This would be the worst list, worst edited video for a top tier game list that you've ever seen or heard. Um, a lot of the gameplay here is from like me the past few weeks and just like getting things I don't want to delete and I'm just gonna use them. So first off, Onimusha 1 and 2 PS2. Phenomenal samurai game. I think it's relatively underrated. Um, the third one is absolute garbage because it really strays away from what the first two games were. But if you ever have a chance to play Onimusha and you want to be a samurai and just like enjoy old shit, dude, Onimusha 1 and 2 on like the fucking Xbox and whatever, like enhanced, is so good. Next off, Xbox One and PSP, Worms All Out Warfare. I don't think the All Out Warfare was for the PSP, but it's relatively the same. Worms is amazing. If you've never played Worms, it's very much how it sounds. You're a tiny worm on a big screen, and you can shoot each other with Uzis and bazookas and kamikazes, and it's a hilariously good time. Next up, Gundam Rangao versus Zaft, and then Battle Destiny. So Rangao versus Zaft is like an arcade Gundam game that was put onto the PSP. Fucking phenomenal. Like if you just want like a game where you can like use your favorite mobile suits, that's pretty much it. Same with Battle Destiny on the Switch and the PS3 or whatever. It's essentially the same thing with a deeper mechanics. So I love them both, and I always will. Next would be the South Park games. Stick of Truth and then Fractured But Whole. Hilarious. I like Stick of Truth story a bit more. Especially with that scene with Stan's dad. And he's getting fucked by the alien dildos. Oh my god. And then they make the inputs like super complicated. Hilarious. Actually on the floor laughing. Really good. Highly recommend. Portal 2 will be the next one. Portal 2 is one of the best games for a co-op experience. Like, you and your best friend should just play Portal 2. I don't know what else to say about that. Hilarious, great maze game. It's there for you. Be there for your friend. So on and so forth. Next is Budokai 3. Dragon Ball Z on the PS2. I played a ton of the Budokai games and Budokai Tenkaichi and Burst Limit, but I think next to like Xenoverse 2, Budokai 3 was the game I put the most time into. I fucking loved Budokai 2. I like using Ultimate Gohan, Elder Kai Unlocked, or Elder Kai Potential. It's a little bit different than just Ultimate Gohan. Supreme Kai was cool. The fusions were fucking great. The combos themselves were really, really good. Budokai 3 is, I would have to argue that or Xenoverse 2 is like my favorite Dragon Ball game, but it's definitely Xenoverse 2. That's later on the list. Next up are just Lego games. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Batman, Indiana Jones, like the Lego games are phenomenal, and I'm so excited for the Arkham Lego shit. Oh my god. Like, I tried to play the new, like, Skywalker edition of Lego Star Wars. I think they're in the right direction, but they didn't encompass what we wanted correctly. Next up is Dead Space. Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. Oh my fucking god. If you want to play a horror game, like a true horror game, Dead Space 1. Dead Space 2. If you want a fun shoot 'em up, kind of scary, gruesome, a lot of blood. Dead Space 3 with your buddy, best shit ever. I think I played Dead Space 3 a lot more than 1 and 2, but like it co-op friends, you know what I mean? Next up would be Ratchet and Clank PS2. Yeah, not much to say about that besides the fact that Going Commando, Up Your Arsenal, and Deadlocked were like some of the best PS2 games of all time. I think, like, I mean, next to God of War, next to Sly, next to, dude, like, Ratchet and Clank. I'm sad that they never were able to be played or purchased on the Xbox or Microsoft Store, but hey man, in the future if I get a PS3, it's just gonna be Ratchet and Clank. And maybe Transformers. Next after that would be Left 4 Dead and World War Z. Left 4 Dead is probably, I think, the best zombie game, like, period. And World War Z, I think, did the best they could to encompass what Left 4 Dead was. And, like, arguably, I think World War Z is better. There's a lot more to go off of. But, like, man, dude, that Left 4 Dead was just so fucking raw. So 360. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just, like, when I think about Left 4 Dead, I think about how I stayed up all night with, like, my neighbor and we just played that shit. Left 4 Dead 2 was dummy good, too. Digimon. So we got Cyber Sleuth, Champions from the DS, and then Time Stranger. I've easily have 1,000 hours plus in these games. They should be lower on the list because I've got more time into these games than most, but, like, they're rather complicated. They're super complicated. Like, you could put, like, 40 hours into the game and, like, not even be near done. Is that a bad thing? No. But, like, when it comes to, like, my favorite experiences, man, you gotta sink some time in a Digimon. Is it rewarding? Absolutely. Is it something I want to do all the time? Not really. Next is Dead by Daylight. I think I made a commentary about this game on my channel recently, but, I didn't play DBD till like 2025, like April, and yeah, what a breath of fresh air compared to all the other games I played. Like, I put off DBD for so long, which is really silly because I'm like such a Killer fan. I love the Killer franchises, but it was probably a good thing that I didn't play DBD until I did because, man, I was fucking invested, and like I still kind of am, and Survivor is the way to go because holy fuck, the changes in the game. They've like brutalized and like made killers just like not usable, unfortunately, but that's here nor there. Next up is Need for Speed, hence Payback right now, and Midnight Club. I'm definitely not including Forza. Forza is way too stiff and way too bland and boring in my opinion, but Need for Speed, I think if I was to put it in order, it'd be like Carbon, Most Wanted, Heat, Payback, and Unbound. We can flip around Payback and Heat, but I actually really liked Unbound. Unbound was super cool. I didn't really appreciate how much they kind of threw shit in your face in that game, but for the most part, I think it was a really, really high-quality game that people relatively slept on. Next is going to be, like, the Tekken franchise. And I played a ton of PSP Tekken and arcade Tekken, even with my dad. That was one of the few things my dad showed me that he was actually good at was fucking Tekken, besides, like, drinking and being on a motorcycle. Tekken 8's great. I know there's a lot of, like, no, it's not, but just play the good characters. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Just play people who are good, because you can just do anything in Tekken for the most part. So, after that, I'm going to do Street Fighter 5 and 6. Street Fighter 5 was really fun. I played a lot of Guile in Street Fighter 5. And then when we got to 6, I sat on Ryu and Aki. Ed, M. Bison are also very, very fun. And oh my god, who else was I playing? I forget her name. Elena was very fun. Um, it. I bought my buddy Akuma, and having the Akuma and matchup with Elena was incredibly unfun. But hopefully, with the yearly Street Fighter Six update, Elena will get a buff. All right, next up, we're hitting kind of like down near the list, getting kind of towards the end. Demon Slayer 1 and 2. Demon Slayer 1 and 2. Bro, Demon Slayer 1 was the most lackluster game I had played in a while. Like, we all pre-ordered that bitch, and all 8 of my friends at the time, and 2 of us stayed on it. 2 of us. Like, they fucked us so hard on that first Demon Slayer game. But as the game got updated and got a bunch of, free shit and, like, free characters, it was much, much better. Demon Slayer 2 is, like, 10 and 10. Like, everything they did wrong in the first game, they just did better and above and beyond for the second game. I can't say enough how much I love Demon Slayer 2. Fucking phenomenal. And then after that, I'd say Injustice 1 and 2. Injustice 1 was such a cool game. But the first time I had my run with Injustice 2, I was at, like, a party, like, with my friends. And I don't even know. I think I used the Flash or maybe Batman. But I got dicked down pretty hard in front of a bunch of cute girls. So I was like, fuck Injustice. But when Injustice 2 came out, I pre-ordered it. And then I bought Red Hood. Barely played it because I had a life. And then around 2024, when my grandpa died and my dog died, I was bored. I'm like, what do I do in my life right now? And I was like, oh, fucking Injustice 2. Injustice. Like, bro, I put in so many games for Injustice 2. I think I have over 1,000 wins, like 2,000 games in total. Fucking, they did a beautiful job on IJ2. DC over Marvel all day. Excuse me. Next up, I'd say would be MKX11 and MK1. Kind of put them all 3 there. MKX was one of the funnest games I've ever played. I think MKX feels the best comparative to the other 2 games, like story mode wise. Like, you play MKX in the winter, bro, this is the best campaign you could go for in the winter. MK11, I think, has really, really strong guest characters and a main roster, even though I main Devora. I'm a douchebag. But the crushing blow system and how the combos work, bro, ass. Absolute ass. MK1, I think, is like the best MK we've had in a while. I know that's a super hot take, but Invasions is better than the Crypt, and air combos and cameos work much better than a fucking crushing blow system. And I'm not going to have people argue, like, MKX, it's better, it's faster. Yeah, it's lame. It's faster, but, whatever. MK1 is a phenomenal game. It got way too much hate. I got, like, 35 days in the game. Fucking love it. Next up would be probably Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 is a game that is, like, ultimately respected for how much DLC it has had over time. And it isn't like a COD drop where, like, every few weeks they drop, like, a new pack. Like, no. Like, we get new packs every 8 to 9 months, and we sit on it. Some of the characters they give us are fucking phenomenal. Others are not amazing. But Xenoverse 2, like, man, if you have not played Xenoverse 2 and you're, like, a huge Dragon Ball fan and you understand the franchise and what has happened in the story, bro, Xenoverse 2 is your fucking game. I remember being, like, God, 21, 22, and I was like, man, fucking Xenoverse 2 is the best shit. Bro, I'm 30, and we're still trying to finish that game. Fucking love it. If you like Dragon Ball, man, invest in Xenoverse 2. It is so worth your time. Next is Fortnite. Now, these last, 4 or 5 games here are, like, super generic. But I admittedly, just because they're generic, just because they're popular, doesn't mean they're not fun. Fortnite was one of the best games I'd ever played during the COVID years. Fucking 19, 20, 21, dude. Oh my god, Fortnite was the shit with friends. And I remember like when they added zero build, oh, it made that shit so much smoother. Those kids couldn't aim for hell. It was great. um I think if I was to really compare my prices and my like analytics like with my money on all my games, I by far spent the most on Fortnite. Like fuck, recently they had Ghostface, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm buying that shit. Fortnite's 10 out of 10. I respect it forever. The next one here is Call of Duty in general. Um, I grew up with COD. Like, I think one of my first Call of Duty games was COD 3. And then I went to COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2. Skip Ghost and AW went right into Black Ops 3, sat on that for a fucking minute into Black Ops 4, and then Modern Warfare 2019 was ridiculous. I didn't even want to fucking buy it, but my friends did. They're like, dude, you got to play this. I think the only thing I hate about that game was those fucking doors and that map Piccadilly, but besides that, man, dude, COD fucking, I was part of the OG COD days, and that was like, we knew we were a part of something amazing, and it was just so fun. It was so fun to be a part of. Um, and I think, man, this is like a hard three to like really set, but Yu-Gi-Oh would probably be next up. I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was one of the most beneficial mental games I invested in. I traveled the state. I traveled like down south. I went like Ohio, Indiana, Florida, Georgia for like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Huge money sink, but like man, like when Master Duel came out, what a breath of fucking fresh air. Like Master Duel's still a game I play and still gets my money, and I love quite a lot of it. It it's really hard to describe Yu-Gi-Oh if you haven't played it, but like when you look at the game, you're like, yo, you can do that? That's fucking crazy. And then you just like you're invested. Like you see what you can do with some cards, and you're like, I'm ready for that. Um, After that, it's gonna be Pokemon. Pokemon, arguably next to this next game, is my favorite game of all time. I was one of the very, very few people or franchises that like I've kept all my Pokemon. Like from back in the day. Like I've always had Bank, I've had Home. I've got Pokemon probably older than you. I got shiny Pokemon older than you. And shiny hunting, oh my god. What I decided, I was like, you know what, dude? If I'm gonna do a playthrough and they're just all gonna be shiny Pokemon, best shit I ever decided. Like, yeah, it takes a gruesome amount of time to get a shiny Pokemon sometimes. But dude, when you got all six and you're at the Pokemon League, you feel like a bad motherfucker. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, shiny hunting is all absolutely gruesome, grueling, and boring. But when you got a full party of shiny Pokemon, and like, it doesn't matter if they're like full odds, low odds, eggs, or, you know, shiny charm. It doesn't matter. As long as they're not hacked in, you're gonna feel really good about having a team of six. Now, my favorite game of all time, I think, is going to be the Naruto Storm series, especially Storm 4 and Connections. I grew up with like Ultimate Ninja through the PS2, and then kind of forgot about the franchise till Revolution. But man, when Revolution came out, dude, I think I've got like 20,000 games with all of Naruto, and it. I don't really see myself investing in any other game or franchise besides the way I have with Naruto. If you know Naruto, you know the franchise, you will understand that like the Storm games are fucking gems. And on top of what everyone says now, Storm Connections, as of the recent update, recent as in a few months ago, it's the best that it is, or it ever has been. Like, sincerely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk rant list, whatever the fuck it is. But I just hope I was able to remind you of some games you maybe thought you forgot about, haven't thought about, and maybe I'll motivate you to hop on and play some games. But that's pretty much it. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys hopping on there with me, if that makes any sense. So much love and dude, happy New Year, y'all.